Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Real Wisdom Artificial Intelligence. So, today is July 30th, and I just finished my morning workout session, yoga and meditation. And now I'm here by the clubhouse in the building that I live in. So, let's go ahead, get started for today. Today's dose of Rashmi is logical intellect being a memory based tool, mistakes, focus for activity aligned with whatever is your perceived identity and objectives. Integrated intelligence, on the other hand, is the clarity that focuses aligned action towards what you care for in the now. So, focus is something that is a part of what we had originally come up with as Venturi's mindset, focus, adaptability, mojo, and engagement. And the same pillars are the how of the wisdom led operating model, and focus maps to clarity. I've talked about this in the past, and I've talked about focus enough. However, today's dose of Rashmi really clarifies what I truly mean by focus. It is not the traditional idea of focus, as is clear from the dose of Rashmi. That is what logical intellect assumes, that your focus is always outcome driven, obsessing about a particular outcome or an objective. Then you're using all your past memory based perceived identities and staying limited by those perceived identities to work towards an outcome which aligns with whatever your perceived identity was. Our real focus is get focused on whatever you're doing right here, right now. Life is only lived right here, right now, and perform aligned action in this moment towards what you truly care for, and that is when outcomes that will happen will be far greater than anything that you could have planned out. And just to kind of set this across the three lenses, the individual, organizational, and the societal lenses, if you think about everything that I have done over the last several years, so at the individual level, I had this identity of being a networking infrastructure professional, a fairly successful one also. And now I have taken on this identity of I'm building the presence based AI, and several people are legitimately confused about how did I go from the networking infrastructure professional executive to what I'm doing right now. And across this journey, it certainly felt like there was a lack of focus. If you think about my professional avatar in terms of the RASHMI.ai itself, it started as venturizing. Then I came up with wisdom thinking. That was sort of a logical evolution from product thinking to wisdom thinking. Now, then jump to the Rashmi mirror, enterprise mirror. Now I'm calling the RASHMI.ai as a blueprint for an integrated intelligence organization. So again, an observer, it would look like there is a lack of focus here in terms of the overarching view of what I'm trying to do with it. The same thing with seeds. It honestly started with just an entrepreneurship event at an academic conference in Bangalore about 3-4 years back. Now it has become the green intelligence movement. And all of this happened just by doing aligned activity towards what I and the rest of the team generally cared about at any given instance. And all of these, again, would seem completely disconnected efforts, initiatives. However, as I've shared through a few LinkedIn posts for the last week, 10 days, as well as I've shared through a few other doses of Rashmi in this series, all of these have remarkably come together into a very coherent vision of integrated intelligence architecture. And now we are even talking about building integrated intelligence cities. So that is what you would get if you just stay focused towards aligned action, towards what you care for in the now. Now is the only reality. And what I'm doing is a living demonstration of that. Thank you.